I'm Isabella Quigley Moriarty. I'm 62. My business is Menopause Self-Care. Menopause Self-Care is born from my experience of the menopause and from watching my family and other women go through the menopausal years. 2/3 of women are symptomatic, as in bothered, with the change, which includes all kinds of things from insomnia to hot flushes to all of a sudden feeling like you have no self-confidence because as the hormone levels wax and wane, like the tides, you find that your old sense of self dissipates. As I noticed, I was one of the 1/3 that had a really bad time, so I had quite an experience of the juxtaposition of how to kind of function in the world and go through the process. I mean, in some cultures in different parts of the world, women are encouraged to go through this transition, they're supported, and then they, in essence, are able to bring out their distilled wisdom. In Western society, that hasn't been the case, but there's a growing kind of awareness of it. I think when we maybe lose one faculty because they say we only use a certain percentage of our brain, we access other parts of ourselves. So in fact, the menopausal years can be quite a vision quest for a woman to come into herself. Menopause Self-Care is a social enterprise with a focus on supporting women to come to new levels of self-care and self-awareness and self-empowerment as they go through the hormonal changes of the menopausal years. I wanted to design a series of courses and learning materials that would be accessible to all women, regardless of their financial capability. I created my business under the legal structure of a community interest company, which is kind of a new kind of legal animal, I call it, that the ideal blend is that 50% of your income comes from trade and 50% from public grants or investments of that kind. So it offers a unique mix and kind of a propulsion to refine your product. I started this after my husband and I sold a deli gourmet food shop. Through serendipity, which is I think always involved luck with us entrepreneurs, I found out about the first program of the School of Social Entrepreneurs here in Cornwall, and so I interviewed for the program, and I was one of 15 people who were selected, and we met 3 times a month over 9 months, and learned everything but how to access funding, how to make sure you're in integrity with who you are and what you're actually wanting to offer. They encouraged me to go into my heart and to come up with something that was really authentic and new, and that I didn't have to rely on the skills that I had before. And so that was a great gift to me. As a part of the School for Social Entrepreneurs, we experienced different guest speakers. And at one point, Annabelle Sampson came down. And then I heard about the Unlimited Engage program. The Unlimited Engage program is a program set up to support the aged 50-plus population with following their own entrepreneurial ideas and kind of creating businesses that support them as they age, as well as benefit society with the wisdom of the older person. And so that just made a click in me. And so I phoned Annabelle and asked for an application. And that's where it began. I have really been touched by the women's response to me at how this program has kind of inspired them to hold a space for themselves that they didn't realize they never did before. They also didn't realize that a lot of the symptoms that they were having, I mean, there are over 40 common symptoms of menopause. Some of them thought they were getting Alzheimer's. Some of them thought they didn't realize how common these things were. So I didn't know it could have such a powerful impact in such a short period of time. So I find that satisfying as a social entrepreneur, because what more could I ask?